So hi there, my name's Anna, so I'm a physio that runs Pilates from my studio here in Billericay in Essex. So today we're going to go through a taster session of what to expect from our prenatal Pilates classes. So if you're thinking about coming along, it'll give you an idea of what to expect if you're to join up and come along to a session. Okay, so we're going to make a start. We're going to start off by standing up with our feet together. And then we're going to turn our toes out. We'll take our heels out to match here. So our feet are hip width apart. Then from here, we're just going to take our hands up onto our hips. So shoulders are down away from our ears, and we're going to try some pelvic tilting. So we're going to tip our pelvis forwards and backwards, so letting our lower back arch and flatten. So as your bump grows, you might find that you start to sink into a bit more of an arch position naturally when you stand through the day. So we're just going to practice tilting out of that position and then back into it. Just mobilizing our spine through that range that it's got. Hopefully this should feel nice on your back as you tilt and arch. Just feel that range that you've got there. Think about just drawing in, squeezing your glutes as you tuck under as well here. And then we'll find neutral spine. So if you find that middle position for you, so you're not too arched your back, try not to really draw in and squeeze and flatten. Try and find that middle position, somewhere you can maintain your position in that sort of roughly in that middle point for you. Okay, so once we're here, we're going to try and maintain this neutral spine position, and we're going to think about activating our core muscles a little bit more in this position. So with our hands on our hips, if you just take your fingertips round from your hip bones, just a centimetre or so. So just feeling kind of the bottom of our tummy on the outside with our fingertips here. Again, keep those shoulders back and down, and we're going to think about activating our deep abdominal muscles and our pelvic floor here. So what we're going to do is think about drawing our belly button in towards our spine, drawing up and in through your pelvic floor muscles. So a good way to think about activating your pelvic floor muscles. You can imagine you've got a zip coming around from your back passage around to your front passage. You're doing that zip up, and then you're going to extend up towards your belly button and then draw your belly button in towards your spine last, and then relaxing down. Or try and think about it as, if you think about holding in wind as well, that can be another good way to think about activating those pelvic floor muscles. So we're going to think about drawing in. You should feel with your fingertips as you draw in, just a slight tightening around the bottom of your stomach there. You might feel that your bump just lifts a little bit as you engage, and then relax. So we're going to try drawing in. I'm going to hold it there and take a nice deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then relaxing those muscles, and then drawing in again. So draw in through that belly button, drawing into that pelvic floor. Nice big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then relaxing those muscles. And one more time, drawing in, drawing up. Nice big deep breath in through our nose and out through our mouth. And then relax your arms down. Just relax yourself there. And then just take a moment just to relax those muscles, and then find that neutral spine position again. Just gentle drawing in. We're going to try and maintain this contraction this time. So drawing into those abdominals, engaging that pelvic floor, keeping that contraction this time as we just roll our shoulders back. So staying nice and strong and stable through our centre as we just go for some shoulder rolls. Keeping your breathing nice and steady as we roll through our shoulders. Don't worry if your shoulders are a bit crunchy. It's a good sign we're just loosening them off. Let's go for 2 more rolls here. And then take those shoulders back and down. Make sure that core is still engaged. We're going to widen our stance a little bit here. So if you turn both your toes out, your heels out, and then toes out one more time. So our feet are wider than our hips, toes are pointing a little bit outwards. Again, just check your posture here. Are you in neutral spine? Can you feel that gentle engagement of your abdominals and your pelvic floor muscles here? Try and stay tall through your spine and open through your chest. And we're going to go into some sumo squats. So pushing our knees nice and wide as we come down, and then we're straightening back up. Breathe in as you squat, and breathe out as you straighten. Pushing those knees nice and wide, our weight stays back into our heels. Imagine there's a chair behind you. You're going to sit down into that chair that's behind you. And as you straighten up, really squeeze your glutes, squeeze your bottom muscles as you stand up tall, but try not to go into an arch as you come up. So keep drawing into those abs to keep that neutral position through your back. So breathing in as we squat, and breathe out as we straighten. We'll go for 2 more squats. And then coming up from there, let's take our feet back in. You can give your legs a little shake through there if you need. We're going to come down onto the mat for our next one. So from here, we're going to come down Depending on the size of your bump, this might be a bit easier, a bit harder. So if you can, if your bump isn't too big, you can go into a roll down to come down. If you're feeling restricted, just bend your knees and then take your hands forwards. Okay, so we're going to come down onto our hands and knees on our mat. And we're going to take our knees under our hips and our hands under our shoulders. Thinking about our position here, so shoulders are down away from our ears, and then we're going to try some pelvic tilting in this position. So just think about relaxing, letting your belly button drop towards the floor, and then think about flattening through your back as you draw your belly button up towards your spine, and then arching back down again, and then trying to curl or flatten through your back. Stay strong through those shoulders as we try a few tilts here. Just moving through the lower part of our spine here. And then we'll try and find that middle position again. So where you feel that middle position is for you, holding yourself in that middle position. And then again, we're going to think about activating our core muscles in this position. So keeping those shoulders back and down. So it should feel your shoulders working the whole time. Be aware of your elbows here as well. So try not to lock your elbows out. Think about keeping your elbow creases pointing in towards each other. So if you're pointing in towards each other, your elbows are just slightly soft. That means we're going to work those stability muscles in our shoulders a little bit more. Keeping that neutral position through our lower back, we're going to think about engaging our abdominals and our pelvic floor again. So again, just think about drawing up and in through your pelvic floor, drawing your belly button in towards your spine, and then relaxing that down again. So we're going to try 3 of these, holding it for a breath in and a breath out, and then relaxing. So again, think about that. Imagine there's that zip coming from your back passage around to your front passage, up towards your belly button, draw that belly button in, hold it there, take a big deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and then releasing. And then again, drawing in, drawing up through those abdominals, nice big deep breath in through your nose, and out through your mouth, and then releasing again. Last time, one more, drawing in, drawing up, nice big deep breath in, and then out. And then from here, just relaxing a little bit, we're going to just reset our position. We're going to come down onto our elbows. So take your elbows underneath your shoulders. Again, just watch your shoulders don't creep up to your ears here. Take those shoulders back and down. Try and find that neutral spine position with your lower back again. And just think about that gentle engagement through your pelvic floor muscles, drawing up and in through your abdominals. We're going to take our right leg and we're going to slide it back behind us. And then really think about squeezing your bum muscles, squeeze your glutes, and you're going to take your leg off the floor and then take it back down again. So breathe out as you lift up and breathe in as you lower. So we're going to go for 5 more here. Up and then down, drawing into those abdominals. Try not to let your back arch as you lift your leg up. We're trying to keep as steady as we can through our back. So we've got 3 more to do. Breathe out as we lift, breathe in as we lower. Last 2. And last 1. And then you're going to slide your leg back in, switching sides. You're going to slide your left leg back. Again, keep that pelvis steady, shoulders back and down. Think about engaging that core. Squeeze your glutes, squeeze your bum muscles as you lift your left leg up and back down. As you lift, don't worry so much about lifting really high. Think about more of a stretching and lengthening away as you lift your leg. So really reach those toes back behind you. We'll go for 5 more. And then slowly back down. That's it, breathing out as we lift. Last 2, keep pushing away those shoulders. And last 1. And then slide that leg back in. And then you're going to take your knees as wide as your mat. Take your big toes to touch together. Sitting back onto our heels, stretch those hands away. We're coming down into our shell stretch. So if you widen your knees, that should give a nice space for your bump to just fit into there. And hopefully this feels like a nice stretch to do. Just take a few deep breaths here. And then slowly coming up from there, we're going to take a turn round and we're going to take a sit with our legs crossed for our next one. So sitting with your legs crossed, if anyone's really tight in their hips on this one, you can sit on like a pillow or a cushion to raise your hips up a little bit, or take your legs a little bit further away from you. So our legs are going to stay crossed, and then we're just going to think about activating our pelvic floor here again. So if you just take your hands again onto your hips, just feeling just in a little bit from your hip bones. So we should be able to feel some tightening up into our core here as well. So sitting tall, shoulders are back and down. And then again, imagine you've got that zip coming from your back passage, round to your front passage, up to your belly button. You're going to engage, do that zip up, drawing into those abs. Hold it there, nice big deep breath in through our nose. And out through your mouth, and then releasing. And again, imagine you're doing that zip up. Hold it there, nice big deep breath in through your nose. And out through your mouth. And we're going to go for one more, and this time, don't think about engaging really, really tightly. If you imagine on a scale of 0 to 10, if you imagine your pelvic floor is like an elevator, instead of going all the way up to level 10, you're just going to try and go up to about level 3. So just think about a gentle drawing in this time. Try not to brace, just nice and gently drawing in, just a gentle contraction. Nice big deep breath in, and then breathing out. And this time we're going to try and maintain that contraction. So we're going to try and keep that sort of level 3, that gentle contraction of our pelvic floor, of our abdominals here. And then we're going to add in some arm movements. So keeping that contraction, stay sitting tall through our spine. Think about keeping your ribs flat to your stomach. We're going to stretch both our arms up over our head, and then we're going to take them back down again. So breathing out as we stretch up, breathe in as you take your arms back down again. That's it, nice big stretch through those shoulders. And as you're reaching up again, think about keeping that control all the way through your trunk. Try not to let yourselves arch. Try and keep those knees down as well. Try not to let your knees lift as you stretch your hands. And we'll go for 3 more stretches. And last one. And then relaxing there, just relaxing your shoulders down. Think about relaxing through those core muscles, those pelvic floor muscles as well. Think about letting them go, let them relax. Okay, from here, we're going to take a turn over onto our backs. And instead of lying flat on our backs, we're just going to take a little prop up onto our elbows. So just propping your elbows just underneath your shoulders. We're just going to have our knees a little bit bent. Our feet are about hip width apart. Try not to sink down into this position. So stay active through your shoulders. Try and keep your chest open and stay long through your neck. In this position, again, you should just do some gentle pelvic tilting. Try and find that neutral spine position for you. And think about drawing in through your belly button. Again, engage that pelvic floor. And we're going to try some single leg lifts here. So we're going to build up into a scissors exercise. So all we're going to do is take one leg up into, if you can, if your bump lets you, a 90-degree bend at your hip and your knee. If your bump restricts you a little bit more, just take your leg a little bit further away and then come back down and then switch. Other leg lifts up and back down. So you're going to breathe out as you lift your leg up. Breathe in as you lower. And you're trying to keep your pelvis as steady as you can. Keep engaging through that core, pushing away those elbows, stay strong through those shoulders as well. If you think about once your baby's here as well, you're going to do lots of lifting, carrying, bending. So the stronger we can get our shoulders through your pregnancy, the more that's going to benefit you once your baby's here as well. So we want to work our shoulders hard as well as our core in these classes. So breathing out as we lift up, breathe in as you lower down. If you find that one's okay, bit of a progression here. You're going to take one leg up, one leg down, and then you're going to switch your legs over. Okay, only if you feel that's okay. If you feel as you start to do this one, you're arching through your back, pushing your stomach muscles outwards, just stick with your single leg lifts. If you feel like you can maintain that contraction of drawing in, keeping that control, you can switch those legs over. And you're going to breathe in on one movement, breathe out on the next if you're doing that harder option here. Keep drawing into those stomach muscles. Well done. Let's go for one more on each side. And then taking your legs down from there. Okay, we're going to take a sit up. And then just propping on our hands this time, give your knees a gentle rock from side to side. Just giving our hips and our back a bit of a stretch as we rock our knees. And then sitting up from there, just give your shoulders a bit of a roll again. Okay, we're going to come and have a sit back round, and then just doing a bit of deep breathing just to finish off. So we're going to sit up nice and tall here again. Shoulders are down away from our ears. We're going to take our hands onto just the bottom of our rib cage. So feeling around our ribs here, so above our bump. Feeling around our rib cage. You can close your eyes here as well if you like. And again, just think about that gentle contraction through our pelvic floor, that gentle drawing in through our abdominals. Again, just that level 3. We're going to try and maintain this contraction with our deep breathing. We're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And we're going to try and breathe in for 4, pause for 2, out for 4, pause for 2. Let's try breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1, pause for 1, 2. Breathing out through our mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 2. 2 more breaths. Really think about pushing your ribs out into your hands this time. So inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1, 2. Breathing out through our mouth for 4, 3, 2, 1. Feeling those ribs sinking down. Pausing there for 1, 2. Last time. Breathing in for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause for 1, 2. Breathing out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Pausing for 1, 2. Relaxing your arms down. You can open your eyes up and just returning your breathing to that normal pattern. Relaxing through your core muscles. We're just going to give our shoulders a roll. Just make sure they're nice and loose to finish off. And then relaxing them down. And we're all done with our taster session. So I hope you enjoyed that. I hope it's given you a bit of an idea of what to expect from our classes, and feel free to give this one a try if you're currently pregnant and you're looking for a bit of exercise to keep you going, as long as your GP said it's okay for you to exercise through your pregnancy. And any questions, feel free to drop me a message. And our prenatal classes are starting from the first week of November. If you want any more information, you can have a look on our website. It's animatedphysio.co.uk. Thanks for joining me.